Good morning, afternoon, evening, gamers. Welcome back. Now, I have come to a revelation, and I want to tell you about it. And then we're going to watch a trailer. Obviously, I showed you guys who the videos were designed more for people who might be thinking about dipping their toes into MMOs and MMORPGs. Now, in 2020, some people might be kind of like, what, there's people out there that haven't played MMORPGs? Yeah, of course there are. Some people, getting into them is a huge learning curve, and there's so much, and depending on how the game is made and created, some people just thrust, some games sort of thrust you into it. Some games sort of, there is some hand holding, and some there's maybe a bit too much. So I did some plays with Final Fantasy Online and Black Desert. Also, as well, I read something interesting on another YouTuber. I forget his name, so sorry, dude. There's going to be a Crimson Desert. Originally, it was going to be Black Desert was made back in 2015, although it has been remastered and they have sort of done a lot of things with it. But apparently, there are a lot of gamers that are saying that it's old and it's dated, and whilst I don't particularly see that at all, it looks like an incredible game to me from what I played. But apparently that's people's feelings. So the makers of the game, I forget who they are. Abyss, Pearl Abyss, I believe. They decided that they were going to make, I believe, like another game, sort of before the events of Black Desert. And now I think they're turning it into something completely different. So I may do a video on that at some point, because that's quite interesting. But yeah, so we played these different games and played Star Wars The Old Republic, which I thought was really good. And again, I mean, that was quite an old game, but I still thought it was pretty good in terms of how it looked and how it played. I thought it was good. But I've decided I'm getting older, and as you know, I love video games, and the problem is there are always video games dropping, whether they be MMOs, MMORPGs, or single player RPGs, looter shooters. There's always something dropping, and I want to play it all. I do. But I do a full-time job, so that I don't have to worry about, trying to make a living with YouTube. And that's not that's no disrespect to people who already make a living on YouTube. I absolutely respect you guys, and what you have to go through with YouTube. I couldn't see myself going through that. They get so many things wrong, and in terms of monetizing or demonetizing videos, it just seems to be all over the place. So for me, and the way I live, I would prefer to just do my full-time job, do this part-time. And then I don't have to worry about doing that with any of you guys. You can watch the videos, and there's no ulterior motives. I don't have to be worrying about being monetized, demonetized, or any of that. So I kind of enjoy that. I've kind of lost track of what I was saying. But yeah, so I work 8 hours, and obviously I have to do a few other things and bits and pieces, so I don't get as much time to play all the video games anyway. So I'm always trying to play a bit of this, do a bit of that one. But I've decided that and let me clarify, in MMO RPGs, I'm going to settle down with one. Just one. And there is a but. As you guys know, I love VR. I think VR is probably going to be like the next step for gaming once it gets really good. And I mean, so far it's moving way faster than I believed it would be. I mean, you know, they're working on hand tracking. The headsets are just getting better and better. Even now, I mean, I have the Rift S. I still have the OG Oculus Rift. I don't really know what to do with it. I thought about selling it. I thought about keeping it as a backup for if anything happens to my Rift S, because that thing can be a bit of a pain to actually get going. It's great when it's working, but actually trying to get it going can be a pain. So yeah. So I do love my virtual reality. And if you have a virtual reality headset, and I know that they're selling very, very well, particularly the Quest, because you know it has the path of least resistance. If you don't have a powerful gaming computer, you can get the Quest. It's got everything built in. There's no wires. A lot of people really like that, and you can play your games. And of course now with the cable. If you have the PC or you build that later on, you can use that as well with the cable to play all your games, which is absolutely fantastic. Particularly at the price point, which no other headset manufacturers seem to be going for. They seem to be going for the very high end of prices, which I don't know. It's working for Valve, certainly. The Valve Index, which is most people would agree is the very best headset you can get for commercial use. You know, for that you and I can buy. There are enterprise ones that are obviously better, but those are for businesses and they cost, you know, somewhere in the region of around $5,000. So you know, yeah, you know. 1,000 to 5, that's quite a difference. So obviously if there was to I'm a big fan of SAO, not the getting locked into the game and dying bit, but you know that idea of, you know, deep dive and being immersed in a big MMORPG world. So if we were to get something like that, I think the deep dive technology is a long way off, but getting decent MMORPGs, I think that's going to be around the corner. So far there is one, Orbis. Now I'm not going to say it's a terrible game. It was built from the ground up and they've redone it, and it's all right. It's okay. It's just not necessarily what I was looking for. And that's just my opinion. A lot of people like it, but also as well they have nothing to compete with. There's just the one. As far as I know, there is a Township Tale, but again, I wouldn't necessarily class that as an MMORPG. So at the moment there is, as far as I know, if I'm wrong, you know, let me know, because you always do. But as far as I know, there is only Orbis. And I, you know, if there was to be a you know, a Final Fantasy Online, but VR, but in the VR world, or you know, Star Wars, you know, I could be really into that. Yeah, oof, yeah. But for now, on flat screen, I've decided I'm going to settle down with the one game. And that one game, and bearing in mind my very, very favourite video game, which most of you should know by now, it's going to be the Elder Scrolls Online. and I've been playing it now. I've just resubscribed so I can get my loot, my crafting bag. Sorry, not loot. It's not a loot box or a loot bag. It's a crafting bag, and what it basically is, it's just an unlimited space for all your crafting needs. I mean, I'm not actually. I've never really been into crafting, but I'm gonna have a go. Usually, I just I kill things, bandits, whatever, and if their gear's better than mine, I just put that on. But MMORPGs do tend to work a little bit differently to that. If I want to do, dungeons and things like that, which, maybe I want to do, then I'm probably going to want specific gear. Hopefully it's never going to be as bad as World of Warcraft. Just the requirements for some of that was just, it was too grindy for me. That's all I'm going to say. Everybody's different. Everybody's time is different. So, but it wasn't for me. So, yes. So I've resubscribed to this game, and it is beautiful. I'm riding around it, and I've just the water reflections and the lights coming through the trees. It's a stunning game. I do enjoy it, and because it is the Skyrim Elder Scrolls lore, it really appeals to me. I don't particularly enjoy tab targeting in MMOs. I just have a lot of trouble, and with Elder Scrolls Online, it's live targeting. So as soon as you go near them, they react and you can fight. And it's harder. You've got to blocking and dodging are definitely your friends. And when you get them wrong, you know about it. But it's a lot of fun, and it also teaches me. I've always been one of those players. I just kind of stand there and just try to take them down before they kill me, and it's not always a winning solution, particularly as I don't tend to play tanks. So yeah, it does teach me, makes me move around a lot more than I ever do in most games. And you've seen my gameplay. You probably know what I mean. I stand in one spot far too long. So yeah, so that's what I'm going to be doing, and I've put it on record now that this is going to be my one MMO. I'm going to be settling MMORPG. I'm going to be settling down with it. I'm not playing the field anymore. I'm committing to just the one, and I think it's a good choice for me. I liked Final Fantasy and Star Wars as well. I liked that, but I think for me it's the Elder Scrolls. So with that all out of the way, I realised I haven't been doing the channel for that long. So thank you to all the people that have subscribed, and all the people who may subscribe, or people who just watch the videos, because at the end of the day, the subscribe thing is nice. It lets me know that people are interested and like the videos, which is the reason for doing them. Although I think even if people weren't watching them, I'd still make them because I kind of like doing it. But knowing that people are watching the videos, that's nice, and they always have something interesting to say. So I realised that I never did, because I think I did start the channel a long time ago. I did a couple of videos, and then things in my life were difficult, so I kind of went off of it for a while, and I've only been back for a little while. So we never did, or I never did any trailers for the Elder Scrolls Online. And like the World of Warcraft cinematics, also some of the ones for League of Legends, I try to do them whenever they pop up, particularly the music videos. I love the music videos. I listen to them on pretty much every day on my way to work. Giants, Pop Stars, Phoenix, Rise. Yeah, I love those songs. They are just fantastic. So I thought we would do some of the cinematic trailers and have a look at them because they are very very good. They've really put a lot of effort to them, and I give, although I'm not a big fan of Activision Blizzard anymore, I've always given them props where they deserve them. Their trailers have always been really really good, even from the very very start. So let's have a look at this one. So this is the Elder Scrolls. It's from Bethesda Softworks UK. So I'm not. Hopefully, I'm not. Ripping off anybody's channel, because that's never something I want to do. So let's do that. And let's watch this. And this is the Siege trailer. Now this is probably an older one. I'm going to have to sort of go around, find the trailers, and sort of go. I'll try to get them in sequence, but I may not be able to. But yeah, let's watch them anyway.
Peggy 16.
Peggy 16. I think the game's been upgraded, actually. I think. I'm not entirely sure. I just want to say as well, and this is going to be the only time I stop it, I think. I know there is a lot of there was a lot of controversy, let's say, for Bethesda, but this is Bethesda Softworks. They are the publishers. They didn't make this game. This game was made by ZeniMax. ZeniMax owns Bethesda. Okay. So this game was made by ZeniMax. And whilst this game did start out rough in the beginning, I know, they have done an incredible job. And I always say, if there's criticism, okay. But if there's things that people do well, then also you've got to show the love as well. It has to be balanced. And they have done an amazing job with this game. So put the Bethesda thing to one side. It's not really them. The Nord. He's kind of like there. Nords don't go down that easy. So this is a battle for Cyrodiil, from the looks of it. Oh jeez. He's a handsome fella. And it's also available as well as I mean, it says there PC. Is it gonna say Xbox and PlayStation as well? Yeah. There we go. So it's on PlayStation and Xbox and PC, which is nice. Unfortunately, there is no crossplay. You can't play together, which is it continues to be a thing that just frustrates me. Because it's through that we have all this, you know, PC master race and, you know, console peasants and all of this nonsense. At the end of the day, we are all gamers. That's what we do. That's the thing that we enjoy. That is our hobby. Although it seems to make us social pariahs for whatever reason, and we tend to be scapegoats for everything that goes wrong in the world. For all of that, it is a hobby, and it is the thing that we enjoy. It is no different to fishing or, you know, any other type of hobby. But for some reason, it does seem to create conversation like no other hobby does. But really, it shouldn't matter what hardware you're playing on. What matters is that you are playing, and that you're gaming, and that you're having a good time, and that you're just enjoying yourself, and you're, you know, doing quests, and, you know, seeing cool stuff. And I think with VR that will only get even better. You know, you're going to be in the battle, and the bullets are whizzing past you. You know, it's going to be even more immersive and enjoyable, and giving some people a much needed escape from what can be, you know, difficult lives, or, you know, it can be a way to help people deal with, you know, things that go wrong in their lives, because everybody has that. It's an escapism, but then so are most things. So most of the things that we do are ordinarily a means of escaping. You know, picking up your fishing rod, you know, going off and just going and doing some fishing, you know, clearing your mind and coming back and, you know, getting back into the thick of it. It's no different. So yeah, I do hate all the differences between, you know, consoles and PC, and I think if we had crossplay, it would just make it, you know, so much more enjoyable and better, and everybody could just play together, and you wouldn't need to worry about what hardware your friends are on, because again, that's another problem. Like, you can't always play with your friends unless it is a game that has crossplay, which there aren't that many games. As you know, on a Sunday night we play Fortnite, because it's one of the few games you can play together. I think one of the squad wants us to play Call of Duty, I think, which, you know, we may get around to, but Fortnite isn't perfect. But yeah. So yeah, I do wish it had crossplay, but at least it is. You can access it on all of the all of the major platforms. So that's a plus. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to do some more of the trailers because I want you to really see them because they are beautiful. And for the people who made these cinematics, it's just showing off their talent, and showing them some love. So until the next video, be safe and be well, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye for now.